Now, lately, with the coronavirus in mind, we've been really focusing on healthcare around the world, especially in the United States. But setting aside issues of cost, etc., one of the biggest problems in medicine is still in the access to quality healthcare. Well, Israeli startup Vim is looking to fix that, and here now with more is Vim CEO Oron Afek. Thank you so much for being with us today. Now, you guys affectionately call Vim the Amazon of healthcare. Explain.
I think the U.S. healthcare system has been structuring itself as a private market where there's not always a direct correlation between cost and quality. Here in Israel, you'll be covered by the government. You need to do an MRI or a breast mammogram. It's pretty straightforward. Everywhere you go, it's all covered by the government. There's a free access. Similarly, in Canada and other places. In the U.S., the correlation between cost and quality and the actual service is not always defined. Right?
It's typically hidden. Yeah, it's typically
typically hidden, and it's usually more expensive than it needs to be, and usually people would follow brand versus the actual value of So what we do essentially, we work with large medical providers and insurance companies to then create some sort of alignment between payers and providers where volume of patients follows value.
And so you're introducing transparency really to the
We're
market.
introducing transparency, but it's in a deeper way. We're even touching the underlying prices of services. We're touching the direction in which patients are going and how the patient incentives are structured and so on and so forth.
Okay, so I just kind of want to break this down in easier terms. So if I'm a person who is looking for a healthcare package, I would go onto your platform to see what options exist for me. That's how it works?
And actually, we make it more simple. So we would embed ourselves into the insurance company tools, such as their websites, their applications, or their call centers.
Okay.
So we're already going to be embedded there, helping with creating the right recommendations and then the right access to the inventory that is available in the provider network.
Very interesting. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the doctors that are using your platform. How do they do that?
So usually there's no different use by the doctors. I mean, the existing workflow or the EMR that those doctors are using today, what they call the electronic medical record or the operating system in the office, stays the same. And we've built a flexible technology that is able to integrate with those workflows and basically not changing them.
Well, it's interesting that this is an Israeli company tackling an issue that is very almost specific to the United States,
it's
right?
Exclusively an American problem, but it's $1.5 trillion problem. So I think there are many Israeli startups who are now trying to tackle digital health problems, which are mostly focused in the U.S. market.
All right, so real quick, what's next?
I think we're obviously operating right now in lesser states, and then 4 states and growing to 5 and 6 this year, maybe the 7th one. We would like to get to better coverage of states and lives. So just growing what we have, I think will be very, very interesting.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Amazing platform.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.